Now I'm talking to Gerben Uunk from the Party of Animal Welfare. Gerben, how's it going? I was talking to you a few weeks ago. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you're here today and a bit about the day in general, please?
Okay, so we're here for the second time. There's a lot of missing and stolen dogs, especially during COVID. A lot of dogs and cats and other animals were stolen. And those dogs and cats are ending up everywhere. They're ending up on websites like Dáil and other sites where they shouldn't be at all. And that's a big disgrace. And the other thing is, we saw it last night, but the equine abuse as well. That a traveller, horse belonging to a traveller community, run into a car. And there was also an incident last night. Also mentioned by My Lovely Horse Rescue about a horse carriage. So basically a carriage drawn by a horse, which also collapsed. So there's a huge equine abuse issue in Ireland, which is mostly neglected by the other parties. So the other parties, they say, yeah, well, that's bad what's happening, but there's nothing is basically happening whatsoever. And officially, they say that sulky racing, for example, is illegal, but yet it's not been enforced at all. So we need an all-out ban. No sulky racing should be allowed anywhere. So it should be the highest priority by the Gardaí, by the authorities. There should be a contact person, should be a well-trained Gardaí for animal welfare in every single county. In some counties there is not even an ISPCA, there is not even an animal welfare protection officer. It just resorts under, let's say, a dog warden or something. And that's also a shame. There should be a dog warden or an animal welfare policy officer in every single county. Not just that, there should also be a ministry for animal welfare, I think, in Ireland.
Are you hopeful of standing any elections in next year's elections in Ireland?
Yes, I'm very hopeful to be standing the local elections and possibly in the European elections. And since I'm in Limerick, there's also a little chance there might be an election for a mayor, which will be the first time ever that there'll be elections, direct elections for mayor. For example, Waterford and other areas have rejected a direct election for a mayor, but Limerick has passed. You probably heard about the referendum. So the people in Limerick said they want a directly elected mayor. So it'd be great if there could be a candidate for based on animal welfare. Yes.
You'll be the only candidate for your party, will you?
No, there'll definitely be other candidates as well. So we've already identified two candidates in LittleHill, for example, several already in Dublin. So, so hoping to focus. Of course, we'd love to have a candidate in every single county. Absolutely right, but we have to start somewhere. But that's something to be seen, of course. But we need to also to unite with other environmental and animal welfare groups, and that's we are also a movement. We're not just a political party, but also a political movement for change, and that's also very important. That we want to unite all animal rights and animal welfare organisations in Ireland.
We're from the T.N.R rescue. We're West Dublin, and we rescue and rehome dogs and cats as well. And it's very hard at the moment because the pound is asking us to take some as well, and the pounds are full to capacity, and we're running short on fosters, and we're I think everywhere in all of the animal sectors it's just we're on our last. We're just finding it hard to get fosters, and but we're still keeping going. We're still trying, but it's so hard, and that's
Okay,
thank you very much. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Brenda from LittleHill Animal Sanctuary, and LittleHill are based in Kildare between Ballymore, Eustace and Kilcullen, and they rescue all animals, farm animals, sheep, goats. They're mainly known for taking the chickens from the battery farms, but we also have a big colony of cats. We've got 60 or 70. 17 dogs have all got health issues. We are always out on the front trying to help animals without any help from the government. We don't get any grants. It's all fundraised by volunteers. We feel very strongly about the cruelty cases and things that are not getting processed properly through the courts and people are getting away with it, because it's the likes of the volunteer rescues that have to pick up the pieces without any government support. So the government needs to step up and recognise that these voluntary animal rescues are out there and need help, and also they need good legislation so people get prosecuted for animal cruelty, regardless of whether they're a sheep or a dog or a bird. They need to recognise that animals should have rights and are sentient, so they should give them those rights.
I'm talking to John O'Callaghan from Dog Advocacy Ireland. John, how's it going? John, I was talking to you only a few weeks ago. Can you tell me a bit about why you're here today, please?
Hi, Darren. Good to be on Cllr FM again. I'm here today mainly to highlight these issues in terms of this ongoing negligence of dog/animal welfare. Only yesterday we saw another atrocious incident where a poor pony was killed in Dublin, pulling a sulky carriage, and it's illegal, and yet nothing is being done about it. I think most people are sick to the teeth of the negligence in enforcement of animal welfare protection legislation at this point.
And you're the main founder of Dog Advocacy Ireland. How's that going with the organisation?
It's going very well, actually, Darren. Thanks for asking. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. There'll be some radio advertising coming on stream in the next month or so. So people will hear a lot more about Dog Advocacy Ireland and our existence and get to know a bit more about us. Obviously, I would encourage people to log on to the website. It's dogadvocacyireland.ie. That's dogadvocacyireland.ie.
Have you decided yet what radio stations you're going to be playing on?
Well, yes, there are a few. I suppose I'm not at liberty to say just now, Darren, but hopefully we'll be on Cllr FM.
Well, thanks, Darren.
Thanks, Darren. Thank you.
Now I'm talking to Peadar Tóibín from Aontú. Peadar, how's it going? Peadar, can you tell us a bit about, I know you kind of organise this event here today. Can you tell me what's going on?
Yeah, so what we did today is we brought up 13 animal welfare organisations who are working very hard around the country in terms of animal welfare. We brought them up to Leinster House to give a presentation to the TDs. The presentation they gave was absolutely stark. What we're seeing is a massive amount of damage being done to animals across the country in terms of animals not being fed, not having water, being kept in cages, in terms of bitches in puppy farms, dealing with litters numerous times a year for their whole lives. No limits on the number of bitches that can be operating in puppy farms. Very little regulation. And in terms of the issue, whatever regulation is there, literally no enforcement happening on it at all. We're seeing horses being killed in sulky races. So right across the country, what we're asking people to do is get behind the campaign to make sure that we have decent, humane law around protecting animals, that we have the necessary resources put into place. Aontú have created a number of bills. Our bill, first of all, is looking to create a mandatory sentence in terms of where animals are robbed. Dogs have been robbed left, right and centre and been brought over Britain, and everybody knows that the heartbreak that creates for families. And we also have a bill which seeks to put into place proper regulation and enforcement in puppy farms. Yeah, Honnick 3 agriach suscadi an Dáil in Uunk, Hugamar Quirra Dóibh Chocht Isteach in Uunk, Shut na agriach atá ag obair son Anmhaithe, Hartimp an na Tíre, Tá si de déanamh anna cuid obair ag tuairt Cuaram agus Cúnamh de Anmhaithe atá faoi bhrú nó atá faoi míúsáid. Agus an rud atá siad ag rá bhfuil go leor Anmhaithe tá siad T.N.R gan leis, tá siad níl siad ag fáil bia i gceart, tá siad ag fáil bos de bhór aspa bia agus aspa isce, tá siad in na cónaí is tí i cages le haid a saol go léir. go háirithe na puppy farms agus na ceann atá neamhdleathach agus na ceann fiú atá is tíosa de lí níl éon enforcement an mar Gaeilge a cearta a churbe agus tá midine in éon tú ag géirí brú a chur an rialtas go mbeadh siad ag tógáil an fáib seo go mbeadh siad dá riara faoi an fáib seo agus go mbeadh siad a chur de lí ceartasteach agus go mbeadh enforcement ann chun go mbeidh daoine an bheith cinnte go bhfuil na anmhaithe full-on agus slán. Freisin tá 5 mór mar Gaeilge daoine ag gcuid patí thar timpeall na tíre. Tá na céite pata cuidte Gaeilge bhí sa tír seo agus tá go leor airgid istí sa criminal enterprise sin agus an rud atá a gcuine atá bill os cóir na Dáil a gcuin agus chuann se sin 6 pinos 10 mí is sí I brisún de aon duine atá ciúntach as anmhaithe a bhuid.
And now I'm talking to Councillor Deirdre Heney, your local councillor in the T.N.R FM area. Can you tell me are you at this event here today?
Yeah, I was at the meeting on the animal welfare discussion in Leinster House. I'm chair of the Animal Welfare Oversight Committee on Dublin City Council, so animal welfare is a big issue for Dublin City Council. I'm driving that subject. I suppose one of our aims on the Animal Welfare Oversight Committee is that we will have a zero tolerance approach to animal abuse in the city, and that's what I'm working towards. So I think the meeting here today, getting all groups together to talk about the dangers to human life as well as animal welfare issues is a real serious topic for discussion by our parliamentarians. We need to ensure human safety as well as animal safety, and in order for us to do that we need to work together to try and progress laws that will make that happen.
Okay, Deirdre, I'll come back to you again on the FM about your work in Dublin City Council on it again. Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. Take care.
My name is Leisha. I'm here with MADRA, a dog rescue based in County Galway.
I interviewed a lady from MADRA on the so were you at the meeting today, the panel have been organised?
Yeah, we were there. We were talking about dog breeding establishments, and we would like to see there be a maximum number of bitches that can be housed at a dog breeding establishment. Currently there is no maximum at all, so if your premises is deemed suitable to house 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 bitches, there isn't actually anything in the law to stop that from happening.
It's not happening?
Currently, the largest legal establishment in the country has 300 bitches licensed, but in the past there have been licenses given for as much as 600 bitches.
Anything else you want to say?
We'd like the ratio of human to dogs to be brought down. Currently, it would be possible to have 25 breeding bitches for every employee. We would like see that brought down to 15 bitches for every employee. This would give enough time, or more time I suppose, to ensure that all the adult dogs are walked, that they're groomed, that they are spending time with humans and have a life that's worth living and aren't just there just simply to produce puppies.
My name is Tiffany Quinn, and I'm a founder of animallaw.ie, which is a public service resource, a website that shares information on the legislation pertaining to animal-related crime in Ireland.
And were you at the meeting the products have been organised today?
Yes, I was at the meeting, and there was some very interesting points made about the connection between intensive breeding of animals and zoonotic diseases that can be passed to humans. Really, the recurring theme in the meeting was that the legislation that's in place is there to protect humans, and in order for that legislation to carry out its intent, it needs to be enforced. So there needs to be resourcing of the enforcement of the legislation in order for us to see a change.
How did the meeting go?
Yeah, it went very well, Darren. We all got our message across, and it was well received.
So hopefully this is the start now of something, that'll continue in the right direction.
Yeah, I was talking to Peadar Tóibín,
yes.
Councillor Deirdre Heney.
Yes.
Were there any other Oireachtas members at it?
Verona Murphy was there, Sean Canny was in there. I just can't remember now off the top of my head who else was in there, but it was a few, yeah. We were very happy, yeah. Just to say there's a great turnout now here today again, and you can see that it's, we're growing and we're going to keep going, so. And then just to mention, our group is called Companion Animal Advocates.
Hi, my name is Annette O'Sullivan. I'm from Listowel in County Kerry, so I would be an advocate for the changing of the pet theft laws, because a friend of mine, her little dog was taken. It took us 19 days to get her back, so we had to be very, I suppose, adamant in our social media campaign and getting people on board. We got the guards on board once we got a Pulse ID number from them. So it's so important to educate the public in that in order to get the Gardaí involved, you need a Pulse ID number, make a complaint. That gives them more powers to go out, check and, check to see where they possibly think the dog might have been taken, or to see who has her. So I hooked up with Lisa there, and we were able to get Tilly back. So it was an amazing outcome. But not every dog in Ireland is as lucky. There's over 200 dogs missing at the moment, and they're being picked up daily. When the law is only about, looking at a power tool and a dog in the same light, that's what happens. People are not afraid to go out and whip a little dog from a home or a park or anything like that. So we need to change the law. And today, Peadar Tóibín was there, and he's very much behind it. The pet theft law is on its third stage now, so hopefully it'll be enacted, and it'll be a deterrent to people who want to use puppies and dogs, as a commodity to make money.
Hi, my name is Marita Davis. I'm from Star Rescue, and we're based in County Limerick. We came up today to support our fellow rescues. The overpopulation crisis is probably the most worrying aspect that we have at the moment. The dog pounds are really struggling. Euthanasia is going to come back because rescues cannot take these dogs from the pounds because we are saturated with dogs throughout Ireland. We've asked for the dog breeding establishments for their numbers to be substantially reduced and stop adding to the problem that we're having.
I'm Martina Kenny, and I am one of the co-founders of My Lovely Horse Rescue.
The issue of horses, I haven't heard much about it until today, but there's been news this week.
Yeah, there's been 3 different incidents only in 2 days, from Sunday and Monday. Monday and Tuesday. There was 2 horses on Monday. One down at a carriage horse collapsed down at Smithfield, and then the other one was in Cabra, killed as well. And then the other one then was yesterday, Sulky, a little pony, being ridden by 3 people driving it, went straight into the back of a car, and they ran and left him there to die.
You feel the meeting went today. Can you tell me what you're calling for, please?
The meeting went really well. I mean, everybody had their own different thing. I mean, we all wanted to be something different. It was lovely to see rescues working together and talking about this. But My Lovely Horse Rescues, we want to get forward that we want to have a pilot scheme of 2 guards, if possible, that they would be in charge of an animal crime unit, investigations crime unit, where that we can get prosecutions across the line, where we can, get people fined, prison if need be. But the problem is that there's so many things going on out there. The guards are under-resourced. We need an actual dedicated crime investigation unit.
In each guard station?
No, to start off, I've asked for that we have just 2 in Dublin, and we see how that goes. But they can help other guards in other counties just to know the legislation with animals. And you might get a good guard, say, in Kerry, who would go, look, I really want to prosecute this guy, I've got everything, but I just don't know how to do it. You need another guard to give you that information and help you, and that's what we would ask for. And that's 2 guards then that could at least then get prosecutions through.
And as part of being said a few minutes ago, ideally what's going to happen, it's going to be an this joint committee set up.
Yeah, we would hope so, and we would hope to get our messages clearer every time and see a difference. You know, there has to be. We've come to a point now where animals are being neglected, cruelly treated, and it's gone beyond a joke at this point. You know, our pounds on rescues are bursting at the seams.